Welcome to episode 3 of the Weirdos. The dry season is hitting even more, and this is scaring lots of things because it's getting more drier and drier. And if it gets more drier and drier, that means more death. So, of course, we're going to look at Zach. Zach also has a mate, and this is Zach's mate, Alicia. He's taking some water. Alicia is planning to have children, but Zach doesn't want children. He just sees a teammate like Alicia. But males don't usually get along with males when they're eating their, food. The omnivore sees the fire, especially sees stalking around this thing where a carnivore was, but he can't see anything. Why? Because the carnivore went somewhere else, so he must have to be looking with a straight pointy eye, and he sees the carnivore has mated with Mary. Mary's now holding carnivore eggs, but suddenly he hears him, but then he flashes, and now he's so fast that he's home, safe, he knows. But then he can't see him because he's pretty fast, and he goes taking a sip of water, because everyone needs water, and he goes for a striking attack. He can't see it. He looks behind, and then he goes bam. He's very, very weak, and he pushes him down, and he's slamming him and takes this for his prize, but he's still alive, and he calls out the giant call. The male wakes up, and he's very unpleasant. Why you're hurting my team, mate? And he grabs him and pushes him off, cries. Like I said, these things are very dangerous. They will attack almost anything. And he grabs him and smashes him to the ground. Tough high doesn't always mean you're always going to win. Almost killing him because he almost landed on his zigzag. If he lands on that zigzag, the front one right there, he'll die. But then he suddenly, Speedy, comes to save Martin, pushing him down to the ground and grabbing him and then throwing him away. They're managing to survive this, so they have to move in a more hider spot, and they see over here. This used to be their nest this used to be Zach's nest, but he moved a little more farther, so he could be more hidden, and they moved right here to be more hidden in the plants. So now they are not completely hidden like they are. Look at all the plants on them. Like, wow, that. And anyways, there's a dead carcass there, so like no one's gonna go for the dead carcass because it's like almost bones. But we're gonna get back to, you know it, one of my favorite characters, Bob. He's my favorite character. Bob is one of the smallest carnivores here because he's a juvenile. He's middle-aged, and that's the youngest one here. So, being the youngest is a little hard for Bob, because that means, but it's also, when he's also juvenile, only for carnivores when they're juveniles, middle-aged. they got a poisonous bite. So yeah, that's one thing that sucks about carnivores of their juvenile forms, that they could kill you. It's really great. So they have protection. Because when they're juveniles, right, when they become a juvenile, they have to be sent off from their moms. And Bob's mom, he was never sent off. His mom died. His mom kept him for one more day. That day, a carnivore attacked. But he doesn't know, but he feels a massive amount of heat is striking him right now. So it's hard for him to go. So he's gonna have to look for more shadier spots. And you can see the heat striking him. You can see all that heat. You see that thing there? That's all of that heat. And he's getting struck by the heat stroke. Suddenly, when the dry seasons are hitting, there's no more hope for water, and this is the only hope. Not running out, but he hears something. It's lightning, but it doesn't look like it's gonna rain at all. But it does look like the dry seasons could be a little more wet. Could need a little bit more of the wetness. But what he sees, that it was raining yesterday around here. And here's one of the leftovers of that rain. Which he's also glad that it's still working. But the rainwater that it carried here is very, very dirty water and very, very poisonous water. So he must look for some more water that no one's around. Suddenly, he hears squoosh, 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 squoosh. He's hearing water coming from the giants of the oceans. He's hearing so much of it that he can't believe his eyes. He's about to see the water coming straight down here at one of the dry rivers over here. Is going to be a little more filled with the water. You're seeing that? You can see water bursting. That means that was the flood. But it wasn't a really strong flood. But that flood helped all of them with the water problem. Now, if the beetle was buried, it would be freshened off by water. But I hope everyone knows the beetle wasn't buried. Scoosh, scoosh. That wasn't all of it, though. Still more heading. He can't believe his eyes. He actually sees more signs of water. He takes a little sip and hangs out in it. That's going to keep him cool for right now. So we'll go on to the next person. Mary is learning her flight lessons. Because Mary is actually part Baryonyx, which is a flying dragon. Actually, yeah, flying dragon. Mary is about to see something that she never saw in her life. Mary is about to fight someone really big. It is part crab, and Mary doesn't know what to do, but she gets caught, and the crab is starting his evil plan and takes Mary to the lair. I don't know why I keep thinking about that name. Oh yeah. Then he's also hearing little splashes of water. the morning. Next morning, when it's not gonna look, it's gonna look even more drier. You're gonna find more water. And this is the end of today's episode.